is a mystery. Nobody knows exactly who created this substance. Was it nature or some scientist in a fancy lab somewhere? It's spreading quickly. The stuff gets into every human, animal, even the tiniest insect. All of humanity's experiencing euphoria, but that feeling won't last forever. This new molecule attaches itself to all living DNA and makes it immortal. That's how it starts. For the past few months, you've been sitting at home in an information vacuum. No internet, no TV, no news. You turned off your phone and canceled all your plans with your friends so that nobody can distract you. Only with this drastic plan will you be able to finish writing your book. You sit in your rented house on the edge of town, writing every day. You have absolutely no idea what's going on in the world. And now, finally, the book is finished. You grab your bike and head off to celebrate with a beautiful ride around town. The streets are full of people. You ride along a narrow street until you reach the town square. There's a pretty big crowd, and you accidentally crash into a young guy. You say you're very sorry, but the guy looks somehow extra happy. He says he's fine. You notice that the crowd of people is shouting positive slogans, and everyone's in a really good mood. You pick up your bike and look down at yourself. You seem fine, but the fall was kind of painful. Better go to the hospital, just in case, you think, and leave the square. You've never seen such an empty hospital before. You approach reception and ask for a doctor or a nurse who's ever free. The receptionist looks at you with that face that says, "What's this guy's deal?" You say you hurt yourself falling off a bike. "Where have you been in the last few weeks?" the receptionist asks. You notice that, actually, your body doesn't hurt anymore. How's that even possible? You look around and realize that there's no one else in the building except you and the weirded out receptionist. Where are all the people? You run out into the street, pull out your phone, and read the latest news. An unusual molecule is spreading around the world, making people immortal. The human heart now beats forever. Any damage heals in a matter of minutes. There are no more diseases. Everyone's been cured. Not only that, everyone's suddenly in excellent shape. Scientists are still trying to figure out what this molecule is. But while they're doing that, people all over the world are celebrating. It's the beginning of eternal life. A year passes. Hospitals are closing all over the world. Doctors have no one left to heal. Vets are also out of work because animals also live forever now. Health insurance companies go bankrupt. So do life insurance firms. Never in all of history have people felt so safe. A year later, the economy goes crazy. In every field, the story's the same. From drivers to coal miners to psychologists to musicians to influencers. Even just working a regular cash register at the supermarket. The competition is insane. The population is way bigger, so there's thousands of people showing up to every interview. More people, more mouths. Food and clothes become even more expensive. 5 years later, you can no longer go out into the city and find a quiet street to walk on. There's always a crowd of people. A huge number of new houses are built. Prices for real estate, internet, electricity, every service, it all just keeps rising. And at the same time, it's more and more difficult to earn good money. Many people just lose their jobs. Scientists are sounding the alarm. In 50 years, there'll be almost no space left on Earth. But that isn't even the main problem. Insects now live forever too. Locusts, beetles, mosquitoes, spiders, flies, there are trillions of them. Pests eat everything. Fields are empty. Bees, bats, and spiders usually help out by chomping on their share of insects. But now the whole system's gone out of whack. They, and by that I mean every insect in the world, become more aggressive and start to attack small towns and villages. Herbivores are everywhere, because why bother chasing after food? A lion can just wait around. Eventually, something's just going to land in its lap. Lions, tigers, leopards, wolves, hyenas. They get lazy and fat. Wild animals fill city streets. The hottest new job? The control and capture of wild animals. And it's not exactly an easy job. You tried chasing down a hyena in a 3-story parking lot. By the way, all living things can now sort of live without food. But everyone still feels hungry, and if you don't eat, your body will definitely start feeling weak. Some vloggers tried to find out how long they could last without food. Turns out that the body can live forever without nutrients. But after about a month, you'll just fall into a deep dream. It's like your brain puts you into sleep mode. Unemployment is finally getting under control. There are millions of new construction jobs. What's the big new project? Well, people are building cities in the oceans and creating aerial towns, held up by a million helicopter-like thingies. So now, everyone has a place to live. The only problem? Humans are running out of natural resources fast. 50 years later, the Earth is inhabited by more than 50 billion people. Almost every forest is long gone, and freshwater sources are running dry. People stopped catching animals. They simply learned to live with them. You can have a monkey, a porcupine, and a monitor lizard in your house, all at the same time. It seems that animals have figured out that there's no point being afraid of humans or each other. Plus, humans and animals are everywhere, so there's not a lot of options. People finally managed to stop insects from spreading everywhere. Chemists and biologists teamed up to create a substance that puts all pests in an eternal sleep. It gets sprayed on every crop now.
Pampers Premium Care.